Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. My name is Pat Baer. If you're watching this live, if you're a subscriber, whoa, hey, what's up? Sorry, you're hearing my voice. Hold on. Whoa, hey, what's up? Sorry, you're hearing my voice. Hold on. Okay, that should be it. Well, that was unprofessional and weird. I apologize, folks. Okay, I figured it out. For some reason, my video preview, wasn't muted. So sorry about that. That's weird. So that won't happen again. If you're here, if you're watching live, why don't you throw a emote there in the chat? Throw a Bear Cave emote in the chat. Let people know what's up. And let the folks know what's going on. I apologize for that. I'm throwing some Bear Cave emotes in the chat there. Yeah, I don't know what happened. That was weird. But everything should be okay now. That got very strange, and I apologize for that. Hello. I'm hanging out. It's Thursday. This is the last stream of the month, so you know what that means. We're randomly going to generate a number which corresponds with a subscriber, and that subscriber is going to win a model kit that I've built on stream. This is the Wing Zero Custom. So it is the Wings version of the Gundam Wing with the feathers. It's a very beautiful kit. It's all packed up and ready to be mailed out at some point in the near future. Maybe I'll mail it out tomorrow. I don't know. But someone's going to win that. Who is a subscriber? So if you're not a subscriber, now's a great time to get in there so that you can have your voice heard vis-a-vis by letting me know that you want to be a subscriber. If that made any sense, I think that made sense. I don't know. I'm a little loopy. I took yesterday off as a personal day, and those of you that know me know I don't take personal days. I get really sleepy and tired all the time, but I keep pushing through. So yesterday I did not go to work. I planned it out ahead of time, so I wasn't just skipping work. I had a cover. But I took a personal day, and it was really great. But it kind of threw me off. And so I'm back in it to win it. I'm throwing Bear Cave emotes in the chat. I am not seeing anybody else in the chat. If you're in the chat, why don't you throw a Bear Cave emote there? Or just a hi, or a sup, or a let's get ready to build. Oh, the Davis put in there. Mr. Bob said hi, Pat. Great. Y'all, I am occasionally very worried that chat isn't working. So I apologize. Mr. Bob, you're doing science today. Okay, that sounds cool. I'm not doing any science. The science of building? No. Applied sciences. Yeah, we're doing some applied sciences here. I want to show. So, reasonable worry. I've seen that happen before. Well, it happened to me once where I didn't think anyone was chatting, and then they were chatting, and it just didn't show up because the Twitch dashboard is not always great. It's okay, but it's not always great. We're waiting for a few more folks to join us here tonight before we get into things. I'll show this off while I'm here. I finished the other arm of our kit here. I decided I was just going to finish it while I was kind of getting my hands warmed up a little bit. So you can see it does this and then closes these. This one likes to pop off, so I'm trying to be careful with it. And then got the head there. But yeah, many missiles. Many missiles. So yeah. So we have finished the chest, the head, and the arms. Now one of these arms is removable, and you could build it as just like a stump almost to have the gun attached to it. But I don't like that. So we're not going to do that. Yeah, and like I said, one of these came off. These do have a tendency to pop off. That is a problem with this particular kit. Harold is now hosting the stream. Thank you very much, Harold. Will Smith is also hosting the stream, which is very nice of Will. Has not appeared in my notification. Oh, there it is. Yep, Will Smith. Thank you for that. Harold, thank you. I know you're streaming a bunch this week. Folks can check that out. All right, we're going to get to it in a minute. We're going to see if we get some numbers popping up, some new people popping in. But I will say this. Oh, the Davis is now hosting. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to put in now. I'll put it in later. I got a Discord. that y'all could join is the Build with Baer community. And you're more than welcome to join that. I'll put the link right there if you didn't see that before. This is the link to my Discord. Anyone that would like can join. It'll be in the show description on the YouTube channel, as well as obviously here and there in the chat. I'll mention it later, but I want to mention it up top because it's cool, and I'm into it. So yeah, join that if that's something you'd like to do. We'd love to have you in the Discord. It's small right now, but it could be fun. And there's a private section for Patreon supporters as another value bonus for that. More on that later, as it is the end of the month. Anyway, let's get to building. Let's get into it. Here's the overhead shot. Overhead shot is ready to go. Move my mouse out of the way. We're going to put this up here. We'll put it right there so you can see it as we build. We're working on the waist right now. We've done the arms. We've done the chest. We've done the head. Now it's time for the waist. I hope you're doing well tonight. As always, if you're working on any projects, I know that I was told Mr. Bob is working on some science. If you're working on any projects ever, you can always send me a link on Twitter, twitter.com/PatBaer. I love to get messages from folks, so feel free to do that. Somebody, Garrett Ross, sent me a tweet about a cool model kit and asked if I'd ever built one, and I added it to my wish list because it looked real cool. So we're going to do a little bit of building, then we'll take a break. We will figure out who won the model kit of my subscribers, and then we will get back into building. So let's finish off the waist, which should be pretty quick, and start on the legs. That's the game plan. The E20 and E21. So yeah, always feel free to share me stuff. Hello, board, and welcome. It's not exactly a project, but I got the House Flipper game on Steam and can't stop playing it. It's so incredibly relaxing. Oh yeah, no, Davis. So I watched the quick look of that today, and it is right up my alley. I think I might have some credit on Steam, because that just looked so relaxing and so simple and just little, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's something about it. For those that don't know, the game is basically the idea is that you're flipping houses either to sell or you're taking on projects where you're a one-man cleaning crew or one-woman cleaning crew, one-person cleaning crew. So you go in to do the cleaning to get the job done, and you're painting, and it's simple, and it's not. It's pretty straightforward in what they're asking you to do, and seems to be pretty fun. It looks like it would click your OCD cleaning buttons. Yeah, yeah. It just feels to me the idea of the. I do like finishing tasks and the accomplishment of being I have a thing I have to do. Oh, I did it. That is means a lot to me. It's important to me. So a game that focuses on that and rewards that sounds right up my old alley. So yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that game. I really like the quick look, and that could be a fun game to play on stream. Speaking of which, on Monday, many of you were here for that. That is available on my YouTube channel, the archive of the game stream. I had so much fun. I'm not done playing that spooky game, the spooky kissing game, because that was really fun. First kiss at a spooky soiree. I'm not done with that game by a long shot. I haven't touched it since, but I'm going to go back to it because it was really fun. And I believe I will do something with it. Not 100% sure what yet. It'll probably be a Let's Play. But yeah, I think that's definitely something that I had a real good time playing. So I make so many checklists in real life that when it shows up in a game, it hooks me in. Yeah, I mean, that just but also they're all manageable. I mean, obviously, eventually, probably, they get to be a lot. But that doesn't seem like a game of, oh, you can't do everything. It literally has a element where it's like you only have to do a certain percentage of it, which I really like because maybe there's just something you're like, you know what? I just don't want to do this. I think that's very cool. If you're like, I can't look at these bugs anymore, maybe you can move on to another segment. Uh, all right, so working on our waist here. Now we got to do parts of the skirt, which are always kind of tough. Um, we need F and E and XB. F and E and XB. Oh, I'm finishing up my first flip right now. So satisfying to buy a disaster. Watch it slowly become a little gem. Yeah, it seems very cool. I'm definitely interested in that game. I'm trying to save my money up right now, but I might have a little bit to spend here and there. Maybe that's something that'll appeal to me. Uh, of course, so we're building a skirt here, and of course, this skirt does involve um, rocket missile launchers because, of course, it does. Rockets and missiles. Every part of this kit is a launcher of some sort. XP 9 and 9. 9 is this one. Okay. Clip that there. Try to be on screen while I'm doing this. Apologize. Hey, Pat, New Gundam Breaker is going to be on stream. Oh, it's on to be on stream, New Gundam Breaker. Oh, that's cool to know. Thank you for letting me know that, Mr. Bob. It's good to know. I don't know hype it up too much, but it's going to be a thing. Okay. Well, I look forward to the thing. Let's see. Yeah, let's talk a little bit. You know what? Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. It's time to talk about some anime. So, a new series is out that I did not know anything about because it is on a channel or on a network that I don't pay attention to, which is Amazon. I forgot that there were still some deals that Amazon had made for some anime when they were pushing Anime Strike, which has now just reverted back to it. So anyone with Prime can now just watch any of those shows, which used to be that you would have to 6 and 8. Great. 6 and 8. You would have to have a separate thing. It was an experiment where, like, beyond Prime, you would have to pay extra, and they got rid of that. That didn't work. So now it's just part of Amazon Prime. So there's a show. It is a romantic comedy. I'm looking up the name of it right now, and the name of that show is Love is Hard for Otaku. There's another name in the beginning of it, but if you search in Amazon for, like, I think it's like the 6th result for Otaku, but if you put Love is Hard for Otaku, it will show up in Amazon Prime. And it is a romantic comedy about two pairs of otaku who are dating. And it is adorable. Mild spoiler, they start dating in the first episode. Two of the characters. Two of the characters start dating immediately. You are not dealing with will they, won't they? They will. They will give it a shot. Because that is the focus of the show, is their relationship and them figuring things out. So they get into it right away, and it's really fun. I really recommend it. I believe there are 8 episodes. The 8th episode just came out today. It is on Thursday release schedule, and it is really silly and good and charming and cute. And there are a few references I don't get, and there are plenty of references that are incredible. But it's just a really sweet series that I am pleasantly surprised exists and is available to watch. So yeah, Love is Hard for Otaku. Love is Hard for Otaku is the English translation of it title, and I really recommend that. If you have Amazon Prime, you should watch it. The other two shows I'm watching are older shows. They were originally brought to us by Funimation, and because Funimation and Crunchyroll have a deal, their back catalogs are slowly cohabitating. So shows that were only available maybe dubbed here are now finally having a subtitled version, or were only available for home viewing or something like that. There's some options now, 7 and 8. So the show that I want to talk about is two shows. The first one is an action series called Blockade Battlefront. There's 2 seasons. The second season has another B name in it, but the first season is called Blockade Battlefront. Uh, Quick, easy premise. Uh, a weird, mystical, magical dimension opens up and fundamentally changes New York City. And then there's a bunch of people who are tasked with like protecting it, like secret organization, and then like a somewhat capable dude with a cool ability ends up joining them, and you watch him. And the thing is that he's just overwhelmed. The thing I like most about it is that our main character isn't like a crybaby. He's just in over his head. Even though he has abilities, he's figuring out how he can be helpful. Um, and the character work is really good and solid. It seems like very well put together. The action seems fun. It the character design stuff is very flamboyant and like vibrant, and I'm really into it. So yeah, so that's a Brigade or something like that. BBB. I'm very much endorsing that show. And then the other one that I watched all of, I watched it in the past because a friend of mine lent me oops, lent to me the uh, his subtitled version of it. Sorry, this is trying to figure out how this goes on. Goes on like this. Hold on 1 second. Got it. Okay. So I'd seen it before. Hyouka. Hyouka is the name of the show. I'll put all those in the show description. Hyouka, Hyouka. Hyouka is a mystery series set in a school, like a high school. And there's some romance. It's a bit of a romantic show between characters, but it's low on romance. And the thing that I'm really interested in, so it's a like talented, kind of weird kid, lazy kid who is very good at solving mysteries and solving riddles and problems, and he gets roped into helping when he doesn't want to be a helper, but he gets roped into being a helper, and it's like him figuring stuff out, but there's no murders. It's not a murder mystery because a lot of mystery shows, anime, are like psychological thrillers or like someone got murdered. This one's just like, hey, let's figure out the secret of what happened 20 years ago at school. Why is this rule this rule? What's going on with this thing? So it's really cool. There's like one episode that's like, why did this construction company build a thing? Who told them they could? And it's like figuring out mysteries. I don't know. I'm really into it. Okay, so yeah, so this falls down. As I said, more rockets. So many rockets. All right, so we got these on here. These are our front ones. Then we got to make the back ones as well. So we'll do that. Yeah, I really like it. So there's the female main character. Her like defining trait is her curiosity, which is very fun. But she's like really engaging, and it's beautifully drawn, and it's like really an engaging story. I loved it before. Yeah. So Bored, you're not wrong in that comparison. But then take out it's not supernatural. It's not like otherworldly. It's not. There's no ghosts because that's the other thing. Like a lot of times, like mystery things involve ghosts and being real and stuff. It's like no, 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 no. It's just let's solve let's solve a minor inconvenience. And then there's drama, and character work, and it's very good. I'm a big fan. So those are the three shows that I've been watching. I'm going to put them here in the chat, and then I'll mention them in the as well in the show description. So let me just do that right there, and paste. Here you go. Love is Hard for Otaku on Amazon Prime. Hyouka and Blockade, Battlefront are both on Crunchyroll. It's part of their ongoing thing where they slowly get more and more back catalog stuff from like Funimation. So that's all I've been watching. So yeah, you must watch Hidden Monster. So a few people have suggested it, and I watched the first episode and I didn't love it. It's still in my queue. I'm gonna give it a try. I don't. It just didn't appeal to me. I want to give it. I want to give it a fair shake though, because so many people thought that I would really like it. I have not watched Comic Girls, the episode of Comic Girls that came out today. I will watch that and talk about it on Saturday. But yeah, I didn't get to that. But yeah, King Kashu, you're not wrong. The Laid Back Camp. Laid Back Camp is the best. Laid Back Camp is my favorite anime of the year so far. By adding more characters, comic. Yeah, I'm bored. I could see that. I could see getting into that. Yes, but as King says, I just randomly posted the other day, just thinking about the minor character of the motorcycle riding, solo camping grandpa, aka the best character, the best minor character in anime. Because in the first episode, he shows up and you're like, why did they work so hard on that grandpa? Why did they put so much effort in the grandpa? And then you find out he's somebody important's grandpa. I'm not going to say who, in case you haven't watched it, but he is a character's grandpa. There's more to him showing up than the original impression, but that character is so great. I mean, the whole show is fantastic. All the minor character stuff is great. Like, it's such a good show, and I was so happy that so many people I know watched it. But yeah, I mean, obviously, folks that have been watching my streams consistently this year know how much I really, really loved Laid Back Camp. I mean, I even watched the promotional material about it, where like they had like one of the voice actors is like go camping. I even watched that, and that's not good. I mean, as far as promotional material go, it's fine. It's just not like cool. Did I watch the Atlantic Girl shows? Oh, the Antarctica Girl shows. The Places Would Go or something. The art style of that bothered me. I thought I tried to watch it, but yeah, the art style was really off-putting. So I never finished that. I never really got into that show. That came out at the same time, and that was like one that I thought I would like. Yeah, I'm bored. I mean, it totally is. I mean, there's one episode that's mostly texting, but I still really love that show and can't get enough of it. Just such a fun, great show. I will always recommend Laid Back Camp. It is a friend of mine has kind of been getting into shows. Wanted to check out slice of life genre, and has reported back that Laid Back Camp and New Game are their favorites. And And then I didn't recommend S-Blend, but someone else recommended S-Blend to a friend of mine, and that was a bad choice. S-Blend is like the story of like an otaku or a cafe, but instead of like a maid cafe, it's like an otaku cafe, and the different waitresses there are doing like tsundere and uh, 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 um, like big sister, little sister, and like different stuff like that. And it's like, no, man, what? Don't watch that. He was like, I don't know, it's been a coffee place. I was like, yeah, no, you got to get eased into that thing. Like that show was weird. It's not S-Blend isn't bad. It's just like, but like it's not approachable if you're like just kind of getting into a bunch of if you only watched action anime that was dubbed and you're trying to get into other genres like Love is Hard for Otaku is a rom-com. It's a romantic comedy show. There's some like funny reactions, but um it's not like trying to do something revolutionary, and it's also not like uh playing with the genre. It's just playing up the other romantic comedy. They happen to be otaku. But yes, that was the one you were talking about. A place further than the universe. Okay, so we finished this. We got our skirt done. It is time. If you are a subscriber, you are up to grabs to win this. I'm going to get an email sent to me of my current subscriber list, which came right now. And I have a random number generator, and that random number generator between 3 and 22. Okay, I enter this in here, and someone's going to win a kit. There are a couple people that have said they do not want to receive one. They don't have the room for it or an interest in it, but they still like supporting, which is very nice of them. But yeah, someone's going to win the Wing Gundam Custom, which is the Wing Gundam with the feathers, this beautiful master grade kit. And that person is... Let me look up the name. Stofim, or Stofin. I gotta look this up. It's very tiny. I'm looking it up. Oops, okay. The username is Stofern. I'm going to copy it into the chat. Yes, Stofern. Stofern is the winner. So Stofern, I will contact Stofern, and get their address and mail them out that kit. And I do that the last stream of every month. So obviously today is the last stream of the month. Tomorrow is the new month. So yeah, Stofern is the big winner. I'm writing that down in here so that I can contact them later. Contact them through Twitch and then be like, hey, you won. Stofern is one of the people that I know watches, I believe, on YouTube after the fact. So that's very nice. Yeah, all right, and that's what it is. I will say we'll get back into. We're gonna build some stuff. We're gonna work on some feet here, the legs here. That tomorrow is the beginning of a new month, and June, a thing that's gonna happen starting on Saturday, that will continue until the end of June is I will be doing 2-hour streams all month long. That's right. Starting on Saturday, I will be streaming for 2 hours each night for the month of June because it is my birthday month. And as a thank you to my wonderful followers and subscribers and Patreon supporters and people who just watch the streams later and all y'all wonderful folks that are watch, I'm going to be doing I'll stream for a little longer each week. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. So starting this Saturday and for the entire month, that's the goal, is to do a 30 minutes more each one. because it is my birthday month. And then the 23rd, June 23rd, which is my actual birthday, is a Saturday, and it's a streaming day. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something else. I think I might do my bonus game stream before the regular stream and just, like, make Saturday a day where I, like, stream early and go late and do, like, 3 hours of games with people. And then do my build stream at the end at the normal time. So, like, instead of what would be 9 to 11 p.m., I'll start at, like, 6 or 7, and play a bunch of games and then do my stream. I think my bonus game stream, I think is just going to be early that day because it's my birthday, and I'd rather spend my birthday with folks like y'all, because I can party on that Friday night. I'll probably party that Friday night. That feels like a thing I'll just do. But yeah, so those are the plans for June. As I said, I now have a XP 27. Hold on one second. I lost my place here. I now have a Discord. So I'll always be making announcements in the Discord, and I mail subscribers when stuff comes up and all that. But you can follow me on twitter.com/PatBaer. And in a little bit, I'll do my normal, like, hey, here are the ways you can support me kind of thing. I will say ahead of time that if you're thinking about supporting me on Patreon, wait till tomorrow. But tomorrow will be a great day because it's a new month. So tomorrow will be a great day to get in on supporting me on Patreon because today's the end of the month. So tomorrow will be a great time to do that if that's something you'd like to do. But of course, you don't have to. That's just a way to support me. But we'll get into that a little bit. I want to do a little building before we get into that with y'all, before I start promoting all my stuff that I got to promote. But yeah, so the month of June, I will have an extra half hour for each stream. Bonus game stream will be on my birthday instead of a separate stream day. I'll have a few other things I'll do to kind of, like, celebrate my birthday and the fun of that. June looks like everything should be good for me to be here and not miss a stream. July will be the first time that I miss a stream because I will be going to San Diego for San Diego Comic-Con. I think this is the wrong piece. This is the wrong piece. I got the wrong piece, y'all. I did. I pulled out the wrong piece. All right. Let's fix that. Yeah, so I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con for Oni Press. I'll be doing some stuff with Oni there. I think what'll happen is I will do like I'll do at least one stream. My hope is that I'll be able to do a stream from San Diego. I'll be in a hotel room, so I can't do the normal, like it's a stream of, like, if I was, like, at an Airbnb. But I do have a friend in San Diego, and I have not gotten official word yet, but my hope is that I might be able to stream one day from his place. So that's the hope, is that I'll bring my gear, and sometime that while I'm there, do at least one stream where I'll, like, buy a kit while I'm out there and build the kit out there, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm looking at, because I did not enjoy that at I don't really like that, like the whole, like, not streaming at all and missing 2 days thing, which I did at Emerald City Comic-Con. Did not enjoy that. That was not fun. I like to stream. I like to hang out with y'all. So I'm going to try to do a stream while I'm out there. That's the goal anywhere. But that's in July, so I got time to think about that. But yeah. Yeah, it's tough. When I'm staying at Airbnbs, like, I can kind of make the offer, or, like, Uh, yeah, even doing a phone thing could be fun to just do through the phone, do an IRL. You know, like, hey, this is what I've seen, this is what I'm into. But I thought I might do something where like take a bunch of photos and just do like, hey, I built this tiny little thing on stream, but also here's a photo montage of like stuff that I saw while I was here. I might do something like that. That might be fun. Um, I got to figure that stuff out, but I have some time to figure that stuff out. Um, yeah, because I'll be like I said, I'll be there like a bunch of days, and so I'm trying to figure out a ways to be able to do that. But like my plan now is when I go to Seattle for PAX West, which is September, end of August, beginning of September. I'm staying at an Airbnb, my goal is to stream when I'm there, because the Airbnb at least I'll be able to do like something. That's the hope anyway. Is that I can stream from there. That the internet there is good enough for me to like do something while I'm out there. But I don't know. But yeah, that's July and August and September and October and all that. You know, haven't pitched anything for PAX Unplugged, but I have been uh, thinking that I'm going to go to PAX Unplugged. That's the plan anyway. Um, yeah, Airbnbs. So I've been starting to do this like the place I'm staying at when I go to Seattle is has been described as a crash pad. It is a mattress on the floor. It is not gonna be great, but good internet, and the person who stays there just stays with someone else when they rent the room because they have like a studio. But it's like 20 minutes to the convention center, a 20-minute walk to the convention center, and I was like, yeah, yes, that's what I want. I stayed at a weird place, you know, like that's kind of what I want to do. Like, if people want to put me up in a hotel, like, I mean, yeah, like I'm gonna be in a hotel for San Diego. The fine folks at Oni are putting me up, and while it's like, oh, that's totally fine and totally great, and apparently very close to the convention center and like gonna be rad. Yeah, like it is a weird thing to be like, oh, I wish I had a place with like consistently good internet so I could stream. Like that's such a weird thing to worry about. It's what you had in WrestleMania weekend. All I needed was a simple place to sleep. Yeah, that's really all I need. Like, I'm storing like clothes I'm not wearing that day. You know, like I'm bringing all my gear with me. Um, Especially like I don't know for PAX West. PAX West, I can say right now, a bit up in the air if we are selling merchandise for League of Heels. But I can tell you, PAX East, like I just went there to sleep and I ate like one meal while I was there. I like bought food on the way and then like put I don't know, I think I put like waters and sodas in the fridge. And that was the extent of my like time there. And and like other than sleeping and showering, like if you're staying at a place because you're like going to be there and you're doing work and you're working on some stuff, you might want to get a place that is more like has more amenities. But if you're in town for a convention or something, like I don't think you really need many amenities. That's my opinion anyway. Uh, Other people have needs, and so I'm also aware of that. You know, that's a different story, certainly. All right, so we're working on our legs here. Working on the feet first, which is kind of unusual. Usually you start and work your way down. This is us starting to work our way up. And all right, we need B and C. B and C. Getting a lot of red in here, which is cool. Put a lot of different, a lot of different red, the red accents on this kit. We'll get that in here. our red and orange color scheme. I think we're done. Yeah, we got all our orange. Now we just got a lot of red and white and gray. That's a lot of what our color scheme is right now. I'm very happy. I think I finally got the overhead how I would like it to be. I mean, obviously we're casting some shadows, which is not the best because of our lighting is a little uneven. And you know, I could occasionally my green screen stuff on this shoulder this shoulder isn't the best, but overall pretty happy with how it's turned out so far. I think I've locked in how I want it to look. At the bottom of my Amazon wish list, there is a link to some bulbs. Some better, more efficient bulbs would probably be nice rather than the ones I'm using right now, which are fine. They are fine, but they're just fine, you know. So I put those in there along with a new chair. Because why not? Why not ask for it, right? It's something I might purchase for myself at some point. It is a gaming chair. The one I've been using is a bit on its last legs. It's still getting the job done. I don't have to go out and get a new chair immediately. But I bought this chair used, and have had it for 5 years. And the springs are starting to go. I'm a big man who sits on a chair a lot. I would like a higher back chair that would also be good for doing stuff like this, but also just for sitting, you know. It's not that high. This chair that I'm using right now it does not have a high back, and it is a bit frustrating. Can be. Alright, so this goes like this. Got it. And this goes in here. Got it. That's a foot. And then goes like this. Got it. Got it. Yes. All right. So we'll keep moving on here in a minute. Now's a good time for me to start talking about the different ways you can support me. This is a broken record, I know. Number one is become a subscriber. You can use your Twitch coin if you have Twitch Prime linked with Amazon Prime. You could become a subscriber. You could also just spend $5 a month. That lets me keep doing this. It's very awesome for folks that do support me in that way. I really appreciate it. I also have a Patreon. Join tomorrow. Start fresh on a new month. I dropped down underneath $100 again, which is a bummer. My goal is to hit under $50 a month, in which point I would, my Patreon, I would be able to stream 3 times a week. There is information there about the different reward tiers. There's a special channel there in the Discord that's just for Patreon backers. I have an Amazon wish list. I constantly update it. The other day, somebody asked me about some different kinds of Legos. I put those in there. I'm always constantly looking for stuff. I'm always trying to make sure that I put things in that also have Amazon Prime, so they have free shipping for folks. Obviously, under no obligation to do that, but it is awesome. And as we are about to enter my birthday month, it would be pretty cool to get some birthday gifts. That's it. And then I have my coffee for one-time donations. That's rad and cool and unnecessary and a bonus, but feel free to do that. All the money goes into me buying equipment. As I mentioned, my Amazon wish list at the bottom has some equipment, technical equipment that would be nice. None of it's 100% necessary. But tell people what's going on. Once again, here's the link to the Discord. You're more than welcome to join it. Be cool. I'll check it pretty often. I'll post stuff that's going on with me. There's a place in there for you to promote your own stuff. If you're working on things, you can do that. That's the Discord. And then I have a live show. The show is called Queerball. It is on Monday, June 11th at 10:30 p.m., which is late on a Monday, I know. It is an awesome queer-focused variety show, lots of stand-ups. Some people, it's sometimes the first time they've ever performed on the UCB stage. It is a chance for them to feel like that's their home, because it is. And here is the, sorry, let me find the link to it to buy tickets in advance. It's a $9 show. and that's Queerball, and it's a cool show. That's on Monday, June 11th. I'm going to be talking about some of the letters that we don't often see or we don't often talk about when we're talking about LGBTQ. Uh, so I'm going to talk and a couple letters that currently aren't in that list, and it would be cool if they were. So we'll talk about that. I've got a funny PowerPoint presentation, which uh, that's a thing that would be cool to do. So um, that's all. That's all promotional stuff. Thank you very much, everybody who's continued to support me. Um, Tell your friends. Tell a stranger. If someone says like, "What's a cool stream I should watch?" Be like, "Hey, Thursday and Saturday nights, you could go check out the Bear Cave. Jump in." Of course, that's not necessary, but yeah, it's very nice. And thank you for being here. Thank you for watching later on YouTube, folks that just do that. You can't watch it live. And all right, we're gonna build some ankles, and then we're gonna start building some legs. Uh, all right, that's the extra piece that we built that we pulled by mistake. So we'll put these feet aside while we build some ankles here. And we're going to do this times 2. So we get our F. Thank you, board, and hello. Throw the Bear Cave thing there. Thank you to the folks that are also to Davis and Iron Souls who support me at the $10 level, which is very nice. Someday I'll have something extra besides just an emote that only you have. Yeah, I'm excited about June. I'm excited about having the extra half hour per stream. Alexandra did that. Zandra created that lovely. I'm sorry here. 20 F19 F20. Okay. Created that lovely emote. She also created the Bear Cave emote as well. I'm very pleased with it. Very happy that she was able to make both of them. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited to have the extra half hour and to do some more stuff. I'm gonna have to start think about more things I want to say while we're going. Because as you know, sometimes towards the end of the day, I start to lose a little bit of what I want to talk about, or our topics to talk about. I occasionally start slipping a little bit and start forgetting what it was I wanted to say. But yeah, that doesn't happen too often, but it does happen now and again. Why can I not find F20? Where is F20? F29. Why can I not find F20? Oh, that's why. I figured it out. I read that wrong. See? Look at me. Goofing up already. Talking about how I'm going to have to think more stuff. It's actually going to be a little bit of a fun challenge for me because as some of y'all know, the hour and a half is a lot of concentration for building and talking and doing all this. And I start to get a little wonky at the end there. I got asked if I've ever seen any of the Attack of the Killer Tomato movies. So, I certainly know of them. And I did definitely watch some of them in the past. I don't have a really good memory of them. The weirdest thing is that the reference I have the most of is the short-lived animated series of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I definitely watched that, and that might be how I came to know that. It's so weird that Attack of the Killer Tomatoes and the Toxic Avenger had cartoons. That doesn't make any sense. Those properties shouldn't have had cartoons. It's always a fun, weird thing to think about, and I think anyway that both those film series had animated versions. But yeah, I definitely know of it. I wouldn't call myself a fan per se, but I'm aware of it. Uh, Folks might not know this, but I technically okay, so listen to there's a lot of shows that should not have cartoons. Yes, I mean, Mr. Bob, like, imagine all the kids, young kids who saw Beetlejuice and then eventually watched the movie Beetlejuice. They must have been very confused. Uh, Listening to a general pop culture podcast called Laser Time. They had a whole episode about the R-rated movies of the 80s cartoons. Talked to Rambo and RoboCop. Yes, there's a couple RoboCop series. Um, there's also a pretty good animated series. That was I mean, it wasn't good. It was terrible. That was loosely based on the Police Academy movies. Uh, but they went so far as to, like, they basically had superpowers. So, what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say that I am technically in a trauma movie. Technically. Fear, wait, shoot. Fear Town, USA is an independent comedy horror movie, high on comedy, low on horror. That was it's like a comedy that uses the horror genre, low budget that I'm in. That it now is being distributed by Troma. They bought that and the Slashing, which are both done by people I know, filled with UCB people that you may or may not know. Including myself, I'm in, like I said, Fear Town, USA. It's funny. It is a funny, almost anthology with a loose framework show that Troma eventually is now distributing. So I'm technically in a Troma picture. Technically, uh, didn't start out that way. Um, they are pretty funny. The special effects are well done. The practical horror blood effects are good. It's that both movies are very stupid, but a lot of people spent a lot of time on it, and I was happy to be in it. I have a very small role in one of the movies, but it was really fun to do, um, and that now is a fun thing. No, Mr. Bob, trauma is still trying to be a thing in this modern era, which is odd to say. I mean, now they're just really like a distributor of weirdness. That's kind of like of movies and stuff, of low budget stuff, because they still have a name. People still associate that name with certain things. Um, so they just produce some low budget stuff, and then they license some movies to distribute them, and they probably have a few other things they do. They've got their licenses and stuff like that, but I don't believe there are. Yes. Yeah, Davis, I would say that Tim Gunn is among the people that James Gunn, not Tim Gunn. I said James Gunn is a among the people whose success has certainly led to people taking a second look at them. But they've always been here, and they've always been doing things. Uh, they're not. I don't think they're filled with our tours anymore, but they're still getting the job done. All right, so then we'll there. Oops. Oh no, this popped out. It's annoying. And okay, so that's one. We're just working on our legs still. Got some time left here. Uh, Most of the bells and whistles of this kit are gun, which we will be building soon. Um, and then we will also build the missile launchers that live on the legs. Don't worry, there's still missiles left to build. If you thought we were done building missiles, you were wrong. And then 19. Oh, yeah. Excited for this weekend. I'm gonna go to a Star Wars talk show. My friend Connor Ratliff, who people may know from the Chris Gethard show. Um, Connor, for years now, has a talk show called the George Lucas Talk Show, where he plays George Lucas running a talk show. It is often about Star Wars. Occasionally, it's not. Like most recently, he did a show that was like dedicated to Ron Howard, which I think was fun because he was directing Solo. So he'll do some oddball choices as well. Um, but yeah, it's at what if George Lucas had a talk show is the idea, and it's a very funny show. And that's tomorrow. I'm going to go to that. I'm excited to go see that. Uh, Griffin Newman is in that. Griffin Newman is the plays his sidekick. Um, Griffin, you might know as Arthur in the reboot of The Tick, among other things. Um, I know Arthur as that really young guy that took improv classes from a friend of mine when he was like I first met Arthur. I first met Griffin when he was like a very young teen. Because he was taking like summer camp improv classes from like a friend of mine who I was on an improv team with. And then years later, I started seeing him more and more, and it was very weird because I knew him as a child, and here he was, an actor. It's a very strange thing. Uh, all right, we'll put this on here. Working on our legs, so it's there. Yes, the blank check. Uh, Look, he just started really young with everything, so it is a weird thing to say to Davis, but yeah, he's just a young man, and it's weird. Um, but yes, he's got a podcast, the Blank Check podcast, and then a bunch of other things. He's a working actor. Um, that plays the sidekick on that show. So I'm very excited to see it because um, okay, so we'll put that there. What was I say? Oh yeah, I was excited because I haven't seen that show in a while, and Connor is a very thoughtful, funny, weird, wonderfully weird person. So I like to support his stuff uh, when I can. I also like these days. I don't go to a lot of comedy shows because I'm just occasionally just fucking overwhelmed because I see so much comedy that it's hard to go to fun comedy times sometimes. That when I can, I try to go. All right. Should I go like this? All right. Hmm. All right, yeah, sorry. I'm just this will be a lot easier on the next time I do the legs, but as always, the first time I do one of these, if there's something weird to it, it always takes me a second, but that's not too weird. Okay. That worked out all right. And then HB6. Yeah, so that's about it. And then Saturday, I'll stream again. Well, not obviously, but definitely. Uh, I will be streaming one more time. So I hope that people uh, will be around to come check that out and hang out with me on Saturday. Will we still be working on this? We've got to finish the legs. We've got to do the backpack. We got to do the weapon. I think we might finish on Saturday, but not sure. Put a poll up for my $10 Patreon supporters to vote on what they want me to build next, and then which we might start on Saturday, but I don't know. Well, thank you, Davis, for saying that. Yeah, I do have to check that show out or check the game out. that could be very fun. All right, so let's we did that part. Now we have to do basically the same thing with the other leg, which is not complicated. Just have to do it. Okay, so that goes like that. XP 3, 4. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna vote on. What they voted on next. I've got options. I've got the Son Goku or Gohan, Son Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 model kit to build. I got a Lego kit that I could build. I've got the Buster Gundam, which I've been just sitting on for a real long time. Has not been a popular choice. And then I've got another full mechanics that I could build. No, do I have that? What do I have? Oh, I have the God Gundam from G Gundam, which is, we've done the Shining Gundam before. This is the sequel to the Shining Gundam that they called the God Gundam. And that's also because there is the Devil Gundam. So there's the God Gundam and the Devil Gundam. The God Gundam is a lot like the Shining Gundam. It's a pretty cool Gundam. I like doing G Gundam stuff now and again, so I was happy to be able to. That's something I purchased. So all the stuff I have waiting in the wings are things that I bought myself. So I'm hoping that I will be able to get some kits built here in the near future. I found out Toys R Us near here that I didn't know existed. So next few days I'm going to try it over there. Yeah, that actually, it might be part of my Saturday. Might be taking a trip to a Toys R Us. I have to see what my schedule is like and what my finances are like. But that might be an option for me, is to take a trip to Toys R Us and see what they've got out there and if there's anything that I want and need, and if the prices have dropped some. But yeah, I've been looking at Lego kits and some other stuff. The Burning Gundam and the Dark Gundam. Yes, the Burning Gundam and Dark Gundam. That's right, Lashbrook. You're not wrong. Yes, the Shining and Burning. I mean, that's not terrible, but yes, that is their localization. Alright, so we gotta put this like this. Also, hi Lashbrook, I didn't know you were here. Welcome. Alright, and then we gotta put this on like that. And as always, went on a lot easier because I've done it once before. Just did it. Always makes things easier. And then the knees will bend like that. Everything bends and oops. Oh, it all bends until I do it too hard and then things pop apart. Ain't that always the way with me? Great. Okay, cool. Alright, so now we're going to work on one of our legs and then we'll work on the other leg here. Only difference is going to be like the armor's on the outside. You actually do like the burning better. Yeah, just gotta. Yeah, so we got the God Gundam from G Gundam. I'm excited to build that at some point. I don't know if it's gonna win the poll. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go look at the poll. Oh, I forgot. I could just go and look at that and see what people have said. Let's see. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, right now, the Buster Gundam and the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan are tied. So I will hopefully remind my $10 Patreon supporters that I need to get their voice heard vis-a-vis voting, so we can find out what kit I'm building next. So hopefully they will vote, and then they got time. Like I said, I think on Saturday, I don't know if we're going to finish this on Saturday, but we're going to get very close. We do have 2 hours on Saturday. So if we don't finish it, we're going to get very close to wrapping up this week because there's not a lot left to build. But yeah, glad you're here, Lashbrook. Welcome. I guess we could talk about Fallout 76. So there's what we don't know and what we do know. What we do know is the next Bethesda is making a Fallout game. It is called Fallout 76. We know that the 76 Vault 76, is one of the vaults where there were no weird experiments done. There was no weird extra weirdness to it. It was meant to just be a regular vault and open early, not like 200 years. It was meant to open after a certain amount of time. So one could conjecture the apocalypse just happened. That is what we know. And then the game is this vault, which opened earlier than other vaults, the main vaults that we've played. So that's what we know. Now, there is rumor and speculation from verified sources that this is a online-focused game, and that it is similar. It is a resource, bleak resource management, collect everything you can, style game, akin to something like Rust. That's not been confirmed. That is purely conjecture at this part. Is what people are saying is what it's going to be. So that is fine. Yeah, I don't know if it's like State of Decay. Yeah, it's like, so it's less of so it's like Apocalypse. It's basically it's not a post-apocalypse like Fallout, even Fallout 1. It's before Fallout 1 chronologically, and it is the like apocalypse. It's not even the post-apocalypse as we know it. Sorry, pardon me for that. So I'm not thrilled with that. I know that, yes. No, Davis, that's basically where I'm at. I am not interested in that as a game, that style of gameplay. But I'm happy for people who are like, oh, I really love Fallout lore, and now also it's a game style I really like. Like, obviously, so I did not expect it to be Fallout 5. They weren't gonna they weren't gonna bring out Fallout 5. But there were other Fallouts I would have been interested in. I certainly would have been interested in a Fallout Atlantic City, or whatever they would, but it would have been another studio's Fallout game akin to Fallout New Vegas to Fallout 3. That's something that I would have been interested in. I think that could have been very cool. We're not getting that. I understand we're not getting that. I will be happy to play, some stuff. But yeah, we're in wait and see, because it doesn't sound like that's what it is. A thing that some people had talked about was Fallout 3 in Fallout 4's engine, a re-release, like a remake in the engine. Maybe having like some settlement building. Perhaps, like very limited settlement building and that. I think that would have been interesting. I like Fallout 3. I really liked Fallout New Vegas. I didn't love Fallout 4, but there were some definite stuff in Fallout 4 that I really appreciate. I mean, I'm still playing it here and there. I haven't stopped playing it. I just don't love it. So, I don't know. But I don't really like the kind of games that it's been rumored that it's going to be. Like I said, this is all conjecture. There hasn't been an announcement. We'll know at E3. We know that it's coming, and then we'll know what it is at E3. But I hope that it's, I don't know. Like, I guess the worst, this is still better than, like, Fallout Shelter 2. Like, not that Fallout Shelter 2 I'd be mad about, but I would be annoyed if they had done a Twitch stream countdown, like, stay tuned thing for that. That would have been annoying if they had revealed it that way. Not if they had made that game, but if that had been the reveal, I think I would have been annoyed. So I'm definitely more happy with it just being something that maybe I'm not going to be into. Because I don't have to be into everything, Don't have to like everything. So you see folks in the gaming industry say that the multiplayer thing is dumb. They don't get it. Yeah, you're not wrong, Davis. My thing is, I think there'll be a lot of people that when they see the name Fallout, they think of Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4. They don't think about online games and if that's something that they're into. So I think that Bethesda has to do if they are going to do a different genre than the genre they're currently in. Uh, I don't know. I think like I'd rather be in space in a Fallout space theme. I'd rather, like I said, have an Atlantic City version to complement the whole New Vegas, or one set in Maine. How about one set in Canada? What if we had a Fallout Canada? Like that's the way they went there. I don't know. I just don't enjoy that style of game, so I don't know. I don't think this one is going to appeal to me, but maybe it will. Maybe this will be the one where I'm like, oh, I like this genre now because of this. Maybe. They've never struck me as a studio who doesn't get their games across super well. I guess I would agree with that. I do think it is going to be interesting. But, they'll be interesting for them to see if they can make sure people know what they're buying. Sure to see the folks giving interest. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely true. What you said earlier about there's definitely more people who just buy games or don't buy games than there are people who are online. That's totally true. I don't, I'm not here to say that isn't accurate. Uh, but I also think that, to me anyway, it's like I like what I like, and I'm willing to try new things, but I can still be disappointed when it's not the thing that I wanted. I wouldn't get that game and then be like, this isn't what is this? I would know ahead of time, so I'm not going to get caught off guard by it, but at the same time, there's the other way they could have gone, and I think I would have maybe been more into that. I don't know. We'll see. Um, it could lend itself really well. It could be really interesting, and people could be super into it because they already know what Fallout is, and so they're just playing Fallout in a different way. Honestly, if they were going to do a Fallout multiplayer game, which I personally have never wanted. I've never wanted a multiplayer Fallout, but I guess I would want Fallout Borderlands, I guess. if I had to have an online one, or like Fallout, um, like Diablo 2, like maybe something like that, I'd be into. But a just getting a random, like not random, but this style of game is not one that like appeals to me particularly. But like I said, I am open pretty consistently to trying things that I haven't tried before and game styles I haven't tried before. So I'd certainly be willing to give it a shot. I just also know pretty well how my tastes run. So um, okay, just gonna go with that. Okay, sorry, took a second there, and all right, and then we got to put on. We're almost done with the leg here, so that's good. It goes here. We got some thoughts. Y'all got some thoughts here. Give Fallout a cow level, cowards. Uh, yes, the Davis Country Roads certainly hit that. The online part from the longevity of the modern Fallout games to the mods. Yes, online does not enjoy modded games, and one of the coolest parts of the Fallout, keeping up with Fallout games, is the mod community. Yeah, like Nexus isn't making stuff. The Nexus isn't making things for Elder Scrolls. Like that's not online. That's not a thing that you're gonna see. So, and especially with like also like, hey, let's talk about Bethesda jank. I don't want jank in an online game. Uh, I don't think that's going to be fun. And especially if you can't fix any of the problems that you normally have in a Fallout game because you can't have like a patch done by the community. That could be bad, man. Oh man, thinking about Bethesda jank like in an online Fallout game, that could be really bad. I don't know, but it could be fun. Like I said, I don't know. Alright, and okay. Alright. And almost done here. We just gotta put on we're gonna build a pack. Let's see, we got 10. We got 10 minutes left. Alright, so we'll go we'll finish we'll at least try to finish this mountable pack here for this leg. At least get that on. Try to build that. We'll at least build that. Got these here. D5 and D8. Maybe that's why they're teaming with the Austin folks. You never hear anything about the jank in ESO. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. I think I associate the jank more with Fallout than anything else because I've spent so many hundreds of hours in Fallout. Way more than... I mean, I played Morrowind, but I was never obsessed with Morrowind. I wasn't ever unlock everything and do everything in Morrowind. But 3 I played... Fallout 3 I played a whole lot. And then New Vegas I beat several times. Played that consistently, like all the time. I really squeezed out every little piece of New Vegas. Played all the DLC, leveled a couple characters like really high, and like played so many hours and dealt with so much stupid jank and nonsense. I remember the first time I played Fallout one of the possible endings wasn't working in the game and they hadn't noticed. Um, like there was no way to get the best possible ending for the followers of the apocalypse. There's it's not much of a spoiler anyway. There's a way in game to get the NCR to make a deal with to like help out the followers of the apocalypse, um, and and their fort in New Vegas. And because if you do a free New Vegas, it doesn't work out super great for them. But if you win with NCR, there's a way, not by default, but there's a way to make it so that like, they do well. And I really like the Followers of the Apocalypse, but that way to make it so that like they got a good ending wasn't like just didn't work for a really long time. And then it was patched. Um, there was like unlocked and patched via mods, and then eventually they fixed it in the game. Uh, but I always think about that. I was just like, you didn't even let me do what I want to do in that game. You put a thing in that didn't work, like for a really long time. That just didn't work. Always remember that. Yeah, I really liked the Boomers and Followers of the Apocalypse. Those were like, yeah, I liked the Followers before, but in that game, I really liked them in New Vegas. I thought they were super cool, super fun people. Julie from the Followers, I thought was rad. Um, excited to play. Oh yeah, the geckos are rough, man. Especially if you the fire geckos are can be tough if you're not spec'd well against them. Um, yeah, I always like. I mean, especially after I played four, like I played, I've been playing four for quite some time. It's not my favorite by any means, but I'm playing a lot of it, and there are just so many super mutants that like it's just nice. The last time I went back to New Vegas, it was nice to just be like deal with far less. Like they're in a couple places, and there's the Night Kid. Um, yeah, I would say that if you enjoyed three, New Vegas is really fun. It fixes some of the problems that three had. I think the story is really engaging and cool. I really liked the story in four. Um, and you got a lot of like the lore stuff from earlier Fallout games. Like it's the lore, I think, is really well delivered and well done. Um, but yeah, I really liked, and I liked the companions um, in New Vegas. I think the companions are really great. One of my big pet peeves is in the current game or the Fallout 4. Uh, you rebuilt your science, can't talk about it. Time to blow up again. Okay. Um, One of the things I really liked about I'm gonna cough. Pardon me, folks. Sorry about that. um, New Vegas, the people is like that I hate about four is like there are so many companions in Fallout 4 who like don't want you to play the way you're playing, and it really makes me mad. Um, Specifically, I'm thinking of how Kate and a bunch of other people don't want you to pick up things. Like she's furious that you're wasting time picking up items, and it's like, hey, shut up. Let me do my thing. All right. You know what? I'm coughing a bunch. I'm not going to be able to finish this pack here. I'll finish it up for our next stream on Saturday. I'm gonna cough again. um, Davis, Yeah. Um, I would say, like I said, I do have the Discord, and there is the place to people to promote themselves. Uh, if you're always free to say like, "Hey, I stream. You should follow me." I would say like links to things I'm probably not super into here in the chat. I'd like to keep the chat kind of Build with Baer workshop adjacent, but certainly, as I said, I did put that spot in for people to promote themselves in in my Discord, which people are welcome to join. But yeah, yes. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. Please, Saturday, 2 hours, because it's June. All streams in June will be 2 hours long. Be the first stream of the month. So see you June at 9 p.m. Thanks so much, and have a great rest of your Thursday night. Bye-bye.